You know that feeling when you finally retire after 40 years of work and you're terrified to spend a single dollar because you might run out of money? Like when you have $500,000 saved, but you're eating ramen and skipping vacations because some calculator told you that you can only safely spend $20,000 yearly. There's a specific truth about retirement spending that will either liberate you or keep you living like you're broke despite having money. And most retirees get this completely wrong. Financial advisors love throwing around the 4% rule. Only withdraw 4% yearly and your money will last forever. But here's what they're not telling you. You can probably spend way more than that. The average retiree with $500,000 could safely spend $35,000 to $40,000 yearly, not just $20,000. That's almost double what the safe calculators tell you. And the people following the ultra-conservative 4% rule, they're dying with millions left over that they were too scared to spend. If you're someone who wants to actually enjoy retirement instead of hoarding money you'll never use, hit that subscribe button. Now, before we dive into how much you can really spend, let me ask you something. What's the point of saving for 40 years if you're too terrified to spend it when you finally retire? Maybe you're worried about running out, or living too long, or leaving nothing for your kids. But here's what actually happens to most retirees. There are certain retirement myths that keep people living in unnecessary poverty. The 4% rule says, withdraw 4% of your portfolio in year 1. Adjust for inflation yearly, and your money lasts 30 years. Have $500,000. Withdraw $20,000 year 1, $20,600 year 2. Adjusted for inflation, and so on. Sounds safe, right? But here's what the studies actually show. Following the 4% rule, 96% of people die with more money than they started with. More, not less. Most people following 4% end retirement with 2 to 3 times their starting balance. You saved $500,000. You spent conservatively. You died with $1.2 million. Who did that money help? Not you. Here's where it gets really interesting. The 4% rule was designed for the worst case scenario. It assumed retiring right before a market crash, 30-year retirement, age 65 to 95, never adjusting spending based on market performance, zero flexibility. But real retirement doesn't work like that. If you retire at 67 instead of 65, you can spend 4.5 to 5%. If you're willing to cut back in bad market years, you can spend 5 to 6%. If you have Social Security covering basics, you can spend even more from savings. The reality, most people can safely spend 5 to 6% of their portfolio, not 4%. $500,000 at 5% equals $25,000 yearly, not $20,000. That extra $5,000, that's real vacations, real experiences, real life. Here's something financial advisors don't tell you. You won't spend the same amount every year of retirement. Ages 65 to 75, the go-go years. You're healthy, you travel, you're active. You spend more. Ages 75 to 85, the slow-go years. You travel less. You're more home-bodied. You spend less. Ages 85 plus, the no-go years. You're home most of the time. Healthcare costs rise, but lifestyle costs plummet. Most retirees follow this pattern. Year 1 to 10 of retirement, spend 100% of budget. Year 11 to 20, spend 75% of budget. Year 21 to 30, spend 50% of budget. But the 4% rule assumes you spend the same amount every year. You don't. This means you can spend more early, when you'll actually enjoy it. Let's see what you can actually spend with different strategies. $500,000 saved, retiring at 67. 4% rule, ultra-conservative. $20,000 yearly. 5% rule, realistic. $25,000 yearly. 6% rule, flexible. $30,000 yearly. Variable spending, smart. $35,000 early years. Adjust down later. Most people pick 4% and suffer unnecessarily. Here's what changes everything. Social Security. If Social Security covers your basic needs, your retirement savings only need to cover once. Example, basic needs, $30,000 yearly. Housing, food, Utilities, healthcare, Social Security, $24,000 yearly. Gap, $6,000 yearly needed from savings. $6,000 from $500,000 equals only 1.2% withdrawal rate. You could literally spend $40,000 yearly on extras and hobbies and still be fine. But financial calculators ignore this. They assume you need to fund everything from savings. The 4% rule assumes you're rigid, never adjusting, same spending every year. But real people are flexible. Good market year, portfolio up 20%. Spend $30,000 instead of $25,000. Bad market year, portfolio down 15%. Spend $20,000 instead of $25,000. This one change allows you to safely spend 5 to 6% on average because you're not draining your account during crashes. Meet Carol, retired at 66 with $450,000 saved. 4% rule says spend $18,000 yearly, but Carol did this instead. Social Security, $22,000 yearly, spent from savings, $28,000 yearly, 6.2% withdrawal. Total spending, $50,000 yearly. But that's not safe, everyone screamed. 15 years later, age 81. Carol's portfolio is worth $520,000. It grew despite her dangerous spending. Why? Because markets averaged 8% over those 15 years. She spent less as she aged. She adjusted spending in 2008 crash. Social Security increased with COLA. She lived well and still has more than she started with. Studies show the average retiree dies with 115% of their retirement savings intact. They retired with $400,000. They died with $460,000. They were so scared of running out that they never lived. They skipped trips, said no to grandkids, stressed over every purchase. For what? To leave money they never enjoyed to heirs who didn't need it? You can't take it with you. Every dollar you don't spend is a dollar you saved for nothing. Your kids would rather have memories with you than an inheritance. Your grandkids would rather you showed up to their events than got money when you die. You worked 40 years, saved diligently, denied yourself, and now you're going to deny yourself in Retirement 2. Here's how to actually spend in retirement without running out. Years 1 to 10. Ages 65 to 75. Spend 120% of your baseline. You're healthy. This is your time. Travel. See the world. Visit family. Have $500,000? Baseline 4% equals $20,000. Spend $24,000 instead. But that's not safe. It is, because you'll spend less later. Years 11 to 20, ages 75 to 85. Spend 90% of baseline. You're slowing down. Less travel, more home time, naturally spending less. Baseline $20,000. Actually spend $18,000. Years 20 plus, ages 85 plus. Spend 60% of baseline. You're barely leaving home. Lifestyle costs plummet. Healthcare might rise, but Medicare covers most. Baseline $20,000. Actually spend $12,000. Average over 30 years, you spent the same as 4% rule, but lived way better early when it mattered. Variable withdrawal strategy. Forget fixed percentages. Adjust based on reality. Year 1, portfolio $500,000. Market was good, up 15%. Safe to withdraw $30,000, 6%. Year 2, portfolio $540,000. Market flat. Safe to withdraw $27,000, 5%. Year 3, portfolio $520,000. Market down 12%. Safe to withdraw $20,000, 3.8%. Year 4, portfolio $545,000. Market recovered. Safe to withdraw $30,000, 5.5%. This flexibility prevents running out while maximizing spending. The guardrail strategy. Set upper and lower limits. Upper limit 6%. Never withdraw more than this. even in great years. Lower limit, 3%. Never withdraw less than this, even in terrible years. This keeps you from overspending in euphoria or underspending in fear. $500,000 portfolio. Best year, withdraw $30,000. 6%. Worst year, withdraw $15,000. 3%. Average, withdraw $23,000. 4.6%. You live well and stay safe. Stop thinking of retirement savings as one pile. Think 3 buckets. Bucket 1, years 1 to 5 needs. $100,000 in cash/bonds. Withdraw from this. Market doesn't matter. Bucket 2, years 6 to 15 needs. $200,000 in balanced mix, growing steadily. Refills bucket 1. Bucket 3, years 16 plus needs. $200,000 in stocks, growing aggressively. Long-term money.
Now you can spend confidently from bucket 1, regardless of market crashes. Based on actual retiree data, here's what people with different amounts can safely spend. $300,000 saved. Conservative 4%, $12,000 yearly. Realistic 5%, $15,000 yearly. With flexibility, $18,000 to $22,000 yearly. $500,000 saved. Conservative 4%, $20,000 yearly. Realistic 5%, $25,000 yearly. With flexibility, $28,000 to $35,000 yearly. $750,000 saved. Conservative 4%, $30,000 yearly. Realistic 5%, $37,500 yearly. With flexibility, $42,000 to $50,000 yearly. Add Social Security on top of these amounts. But healthcare will bankrupt me. Average healthcare costs in retirement, $6,000 to $8,000 yearly. Not $20,000. Not $30,000. Under $10,000 for most people. Medicare covers the big stuff. You cover supplements and medications. It's a cost, not a catastrophe. But inflation will destroy my purchasing power. Historical inflation averages 3% yearly. Your portfolio should average 7 to 8% growth. Net gain, 4 to 5% yearly, even after inflation. Yes, things cost more, but your money grows faster than inflation if invested properly. Stop following the ultra-conservative 4% rule blindly. This month, calculate your baseline 4% withdrawal. Add Social Security to that number. Compare to your actual spending needs. If you're spending less than you could, give yourself permission to live. Book the trip. Visit the grandkids. Upgrade the car. You earned it. If you need to spend more than 6%, either work longer, reduce lifestyle, or find part-time income. You saved for retirement to enjoy it, not to die rich. The average retiree lives 18 years post-retirement, not 30. Most people don't make it to 95. They don't need 30 years of money. Spending conservatively, just in case, often means dying with regret and unused money. Your retirement savings isn't a museum piece to preserve. It's fuel to burn. You can't take it with you. Your kids would rather have a living, present grandparent than a dead, frugal one who left money. Spend it. Enjoy it. Live your retirement, within reason, with flexibility, but actually live. Most retirees can safely spend 5 to 6% of their portfolio yearly, not 4%. With Social Security, that's a comfortable life. With flexibility, it's even better. The 4% rule was designed for the worst case scenario. You're not worst case, you're average. Average gets to spend more and enjoy life. Calculate your real safe spending amount. Portfolio times 5% plus Social Security equals your real annual budget. Compare that to what you're actually spending. If there's a gap, close it by living more. You worked 40 years for this. Don't waste it being unnecessarily frugal. Spend smart, spend flexibly, but spend. Your retirement should be lived, not just survived. Stop hoarding. Start living.